All right, we are live.
We're live. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. So excited to have this little conversation with Vicky here. Christine couldn't make it because her car was doing weird stuff, making her sound like a robot. But that's all right. We'll catch her up later on this. We're here to talk to you because, oh my goodness, I know a lot of you guys have made some best friends right inside this little box here where we all seem to live, right in the box. And then you never really meet in person. That's kind of a weird thing, isn't it? How many people like end up making a best friend and never actually get to meet them face to face? It happens all the time. Now Vicky and I had that thing going. It was like close to a year, I think, before we actually met in person. We did. It was wonderful. I happened to be down in the Atlanta area and we met, had coffee and treats. I can't remember what we even ate, but it was really fun to see each other in person, hug. She's tiny. She's like this tall. I'm like, you're pint size, fun size.
I know it's hard to tell on here, isn't it?
Yeah. I moved my computer far enough away so I didn't look really, really tall. But so funny.
So real quick, have you hit go live yet?
No, let me do that.
Go ahead and do that.
All right.
So, and the other thing is that I had a great experience too with meeting Christine in person too, because she came to the Atlanta area because her daughter had an event to do here. And so she came with her. And so I went over to her house, the house where they were staying, the Airbnb, and I met her. And then I actually did go visit her this past weekend at her house. And I'm planning on coming to Wildwoods to see you sometime this month in July. So I'm super excited about that. But just real quick, I want to share that a lot of times we feel like we've met these people online, like you were talking about, and we might be a little bit nervous about meeting them in person. But what I have found, because I've met you and I've met Christine in person, I've met Nikki in person, I've met Allison Wonders in person, but I also went to a mastermind in San Diego with Stacy and met a lot of people in person. And I remember I was going to be meeting Ruthie at the airport because our planes were coming in at close to the same time, so we could ride over to where we needed to go together and share the expense and everything. And I kept thinking, oh, well, when she gets off the plane, will I recognize her? When she gets off the plane, will she recognize me? Will we connect? What is it? Because you just don't know. Mm-hmm. And when I saw her walking, because I was standing near where her plane was going to be deboarding. And when she walked off, she immediately saw me. She said, Vicky. And I said, oh my gosh. And I ran over and we hugged. And it was like we had known each other forever. And that was all the people that I met that I'd only known online at that point. It felt like a reunion, like we had known each other and been together in person for a long time. So that's kind of what we want to create for everybody, right?
Yes.
That family reunion of this family that you've never actually been in person with before.
It's true. It's true. And it's an amazing thing. So by the way, I ended up just going live on my personal because I couldn't get it in the group. So there's like 7,000 people who could be watching this. Don't be nervous, Vicky.
Yay. Hey,
we need to probably introduce ourselves. Right. There you
that's
go.
Right.
Introduce ourselves. So
all right.
Go first. You go first.
Okay. All right. Well, my name is Vicky Poole, and I'm a transformational coach and a hypnotist. I have been part of that world for about 7 years now, and it just keeps going by leaps and bounds. And I primarily help people to recognize that their limiting beliefs are not really theirs. And it's time to remove those limiting beliefs from their life. And so there's lots of ways to do that. But that's one of my main things that I work on.
Nice. Good job. Good job. And I'm Sue Anderson. I'm the founder of Wildwoods Retreat here in Northeast Tennessee. I'm also the one posting all the time about wildly known, because that phrase of like, if you're in the jar, you can't read the label. I end up helping coaches and other founders who have a great vision, but might have a hard time talking about what they do. So really cool. We're here because this whole event here right now, this live video is about making the online friendships that you have real, like in person. This is just for ladies this time. Guys, you have to have another time. But if you've had these like online friends, like you've got some shared goal, maybe you're in a group together, who knows, but you've been like cheering them on for months or years. You want to hug them, sit by the fire, laugh, and, just have a nice time with them without having to have the, all right, well, I got to get going. I got another call in 15 minutes. That type
Right.
of thing. Can you imagine having unhurried time together with the friends that you've made online and you actually get to see them in person? That's what we're going to be talking about today. We've created a thing called the shift weekend. That F is very important. Shift weekend.
Yes, definitely,
Oh my.
definitely.
Oh
And
my.
it's going to be so fun. We've got a ton of things planned out for everybody because it is myself, Sue, Christine. We came together because we've done so much together and we've loved meeting one another. And it was like it's time to do something, the three of us. And then it was like, why don't we just bring a whole bunch of friends in too?
Why
And Sue
not?
has this amazing retreat area in Tennessee, and it's been growing and building. And it's like, this is the perfect catalyst to really get it off into the stratosphere and get more people knowing about it and knowing about what we do and experiencing this for themselves. Because it's not just about the friendships that you will gain, but that's a huge part of it. A lot of it is the friendship you gain with yourself. And we have so many tools and activities that we're going to be having for everybody. And the food's included, lodging's included. You might want to tell them a little bit about our lodging.
Yeah, well, sure. Well, but first, let's back up a little bit.
Okay, back up,
I
back up.
want to hear, like, why did you want to do this thing? I know for me, it was like, all these people, I just talk with these little people in a little box all the time. I interview entrepreneurs. I know you have a podcast as well. We're talking to these amazing people that were like, oh, I wish you lived closer.
I don't know how many times I have said that exact thing. I wish you lived closer. I don't know if I'm frozen or you're frozen, Sue.
Doesn't have to always be. Am I dead on this line? Is this
You
working
you
today?
you
Okay.
had you disappeared for a little bit.
I disappeared. So, guys, I'm on Starlink. Yay.
So just know when you come to the retreat, you are going to disengage from
Yes,
all the technology and have fun.
exactly.
But
Exactly.
you had just said that when you're talking to someone and you say, I wish we
Yeah.
lived closer. And I
Oh,
said, I
man.
say that all the time. So now keep
Yes.
going.
All the time. And yet we can't, it's like everybody's got these packed schedules. It's back to back to back calls a lot of the time. The thing's buzzing and telling you you're late. You've got to do the. That's exhausting. And yet, it's like we've got AI, we've got virtual meetups. I don't know about you guys, but I crave having this time just face to face with some actual humans in the flesh, being able to just sit, cook a s'mores over the fire, go in the creek. I'll show you the creek. Go in the creek, and just hang out and chill. So that's what we've created here. There's three of us. Christine can't be on the call because she had a little weird technical issue going with her phone and the air conditioning in her car. But it's really, really, I think it's time. Like,
Yeah.
we
And
need to meet each other in person.
for me, I started really, really recognizing how much it was, even though I felt like it was a reunion with people, it's still such a deeper connection once you're in person. It's
Yeah.
like then it really, really became more solid, right?
Yeah.
And so then I was really looking for how can we get together again,
I love
right?
that.
And so it was like, okay, Sue's got this retreat place. Why don't we see about doing that? Because in the beginning, it was just going to be Christine and I coming to see you. And
Yep.
then it's like, well, wait a minute. Everybody would like to do this. So we all decided that that would be so much more fun. So that's
Really.
why. Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. And it's going to be a blast. But so you guys probably want a few details, I would think. I mean, so we're in Northeast Tennessee, Greenville, which is actually Greene County. So it's about an hour or so out of Knoxville. here's what's going on. We're going to be doing a tent camping retreat. Okay. So we're in the process of building kind of a swanky retreat, but that's not built yet. So we have lots and lots of flat space that will be wonderful shady spots that you can have tents. And here's the thing. I build the world's, I'm going to brag about this. I might even get this trademarked. I don't know, but I built the world's most comfortable camping bed, and it is a cot, but it's got
Ooh.
memory foam, like 2 inches of memory foam, and you bring your own linens. We'll have the tents for you. There's just, bring your bedding and towels, and that's it. We're going to have some wonderful chef cooked meals. So whether we're doing it ourselves, because guess what? Christine is a chef, but we're telling her she probably is going to be a little busy,
Yeah.
having fun
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've got a backup plan. I think she's probably still going to try to cook some stuff, but
I
still.
know she will.
Mhm. But we've got chefs in this area, so we'll bring the food in. We can cook it all ourselves. I guarantee she's probably going to like steer and improve and like, wait, no, we can do it like this. That's
Yeah.
going to be a blast. Activities. People are always like, well, what are you going to do while you're there? Well, part of it, I kind of hope you get a little bored, because that's when your brain kind of disengages from the all the stuff that's constantly going.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be nice to just take a deep breath, right? And hear
Yeah.
birds and crickets and watch fireflies, but we do have some activities.
We do. And they're all set to help you tap a little bit more into that creative space. And
Yes.
and not only that, but we do have some activities like going on some little hikes, doing some Pilates and doing things like that too. But you get to choose, if you want to participate in this or not, because you're always welcome to go and sit by the creek and journal if you want to. And one of the things that is one of my favorite memories growing up was we had a yard that there was a lot of property, and there was this big creek that went through it, not like your little thing out there. But it was a little bit smaller, but a tree had fallen across it. And so for years, I sat on that tree with my feet in the water and just wrote poetry. And it was just the most magnificent experience. And so I know by coming and being there, I'm going to tap back into that childhood experience where I wrote poetry and everything. And so I can't wait to see what will be birthed from being in that space.
Oh, what a blast. Well, we had some other like artistic endeavors we could do. We've got painting some rocks, which will be cool. We have a little rock garden going up here. We can do that. We'll be foraging for wildflowers and other native plants. I've learned a few things, like, well, you can use this plant if you have a cough. This is cool. Old timers used to use this plant for that. All that kind of stuff. It's kind of fun. You're just looking around. You start looking at things a little bit differently when you're like, that's not actually a weed. That's a really helpful plant.
Yeah. That I'm really looking forward to that too.
Yeah, me too. But what's really cool is, so this is not like, like if you go to an event, usually there's some guru and a panel and blah, 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 and you got to dress up and all. This is, no, we're camping, for Pete's sake. There's no guru. There's just no like, breakneck speed type of agenda here. It's mostly hear yourself again.
Yeah. Take a breath.
Yeah. All right. Who's this for, Vicki?
Well, this is for entrepreneurs. It is for, I'm looking at my notes, make sure I don't miss anything. So it is for entrepreneurs, but it's for anyone who has been on an online space and made connections that they would love to make in person, because maybe you want to meet them and they don't know about this. That's the perfect time to tell your online bestie, hey, let's meet up. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah. It's anybody you would have maybe DM'd and you're like, oh man, we would be best friends in real life. That if that has crossed your mind, that's probably the lady that you want to invite.
Yeah.
So, and it's, it's this sense of like people who actually see you, and now they could see you in 3D, like right next to them.
Yeah. And I know for me, there's a lot of people in this space that have been ultra supportive of my journey, and you want to get the whole thing is, what is it they say? You're the sum total of the 5 people you surround yourself with, right?
Yeah.
So it's time to surround yourself with a lot of people that are on the same journey of self-discovery and growth that you are, right? And
Yeah.
they're going to be here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now I can hear some of you guys already. You're going, I don't camp. I get it. I don't like camping either. I don't want to be sleeping on a rock. Like who's, I'm 57 for Pete's sake. I'm not doing that. That's why we're making it really comfortable. We've got the gear for you. You don't have to do it. You just show up, bring your clothes, bring your bedding, bring your towels, a water bottle, maybe a camp chair. Pretty
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
What else? People might be, oh yeah, I don't know of anybody well enough. Well, that's why you come.
That's right. That's right. And one of my favorite retreats that I've been on in the past few years, when I signed up to go, I did not know a soul, not even the person that was facilitating it.
Wow.
But man, oh man, by the time I left, I had so many friends that I still am in contact with, quite a few of them on a monthly basis. And some of them, it's not quite as often, but it forged friendships from people that I've never even met them online before.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It
That
was
is really
amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
And it's such a weird thing making friends in person, like as adults, because it's not like when we were in school where, okay, all these kids are all your same age. They probably have some of the same interests. And so you're in this container where it's like, oh, very easy to, theoretically easy to make some friends.
Right.
But when you're an adult, what do you do? Like,
Yeah.
so
And
this is a
age isn't
great
an
way to do
issue.
that. Yeah.
You can be very young or you can be very old and anywhere in between. Because I know
Yeah.
when I went on that retreat that I said I met all those people and it was amazing, I was the oldest person there. And before I went, I was thinking, oh my gosh, the facilitator was very young. So I thought that probably means there's going to be a lot of young people there. But it was like the age disappeared. It was like everybody was the same, and I feel like it'll be the same here. We'll have so much in common that no matter what your age is, it'll all be perfect.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And if you're like thinking, well, I don't know what, if I'm going to get anything out of it, you're totally going to get something out of it, but probably not in a checklist kind of way, like where you're taking pages and pages of notes of what a speaker said, because there's no speaker.
Right.
We're just hanging out. We're like just being humans together.
We'll have some instructional stuff,
Yeah, but it's not like a panel. And
that's true. That's true. That's true.
The hype
no
man.
Microphone. Well, I
right.
won't say that either.
Raise your hand if you say this. Say amen if you like. None of
Yeah.
none of that. This is right. And even if you don't have a business, this might still be for you because you have a soul. Right?
Yeah.
You probably want
an interest. The thing too is that when you can connect with other people that are not identical to you, the things that you'll learn and ideas that will come to you of things that you might want to do.
Yeah.
It's golden.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. All right. We'll give a few details here. So dates. Right. This is September 18th. So it's a Thursday. We start with dinner and we go Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and you go home on Sunday. Not bad, right? It is in Greenville, Tennessee. So we're really close to, about 45 minutes away from the Tri-Cities Airport, TRI, which is in Bluntville, Tennessee. We can arrange transport from there if you'd like. If you're coming in through a different airport, like Knoxville, that's about an hour and a half. Not bad. If you're driving, it's right off of I-81. So really, really easy. We're going to be providing the tents, a cot with the mattress, the squishy memory foam mattress on it, the food, the nature, firelight, fireflies.
Activities. Yes. And there is and we're going to be not glamping. We are camping. And there's an amazing thing that I've always wanted to experience, and I have not, that you have there, which is the outdoor shower.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot wait for that. Yeah. So it's going to be really cool. And I'm looking forward to being able to be at Otter Beach and hopefully see those otters playing.
Yeah, who knows? Do not approach the otters. They are not dogs.
Right. Be very respectful of the natural creatures.
Yes. But we also have, wild turkeys. We've got a heron that lives here. We've got deer that live on the property. Of course, frogs and, stuff like that. It's not super buggy. You'll see I'm like sitting here, not swatting or anything like that. It's pretty cool. And the
And you
creek
know
is lovely.
the thing to me is, especially for people that probably live in a city,
Mm,
when it gets dark there, it's dark. And
yeah,
you get to see the sky, you get to see the stars and everything in a way that you don't see it when
yeah,
you're in the city. And
yeah. We don't have that
everything
lighting.
sounds different.
Oh, it
Um,
does.
yeah,
The
yeah,
frogs are incredible. They sing you to sleep every night. It's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Really
So
fun.
I
And
can't wait. I
fireflies.
really can't
Did you
wait.
know there are places that don't have fireflies? Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but I'm in the being born in the South. They're not fireflies here. They're lightning bugs.
Lightning bugs, yeah.
Lightning
Either
bugs.
way, lightning bugs. We have hundreds of them. They're just like flick,
Yeah,
flick, flick, flick. It's amazing. But I know that there are parts in the country, and of course in cities, you're probably not going to catch it too much. But
yeah.
even in
That's
rural parts,
amazing to think about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to forage nature and see things that you haven't seen as far as plants, but you might be um, really focusing on a lot of the greenery, the way the plants look, the way the nature sounds, and it just seems to bring you out into a different place. And so I really can't wait. So the thing is that it's very limited on, we're
Oh yeah,
keeping it small.
yeah,
So there are not a lot of spots
yeah.
available, and
Only
we're opening
20
this
total. That's it. Like that's
20
all we can
total.
do.
Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
And we are actually opening this up into an area of a place where we've all been connected together in a group. And we're opening it up there first. But as soon as, we're going to be putting this up. And then, so when are we opening it up to everybody? As soon as
Well,
this hits?
technically, I'm live on my personal
That's
Facebook.
true. So we already have. We already have. All
Surprise.
right. So do you want to can you put the link in the comments and I'll pop it up on the screen?
The link to the shift. Yes, yes, I can do
Yeah.
that. Give me a second. I should have had that
Okay.
ready, but yeah.
So that way they can take a picture of it. They can see if they can tap it. I don't think it would be an active link. If we had thought about it ahead of time, we didn't know we were going to be doing StreamYard. If we did, we would have
Right.
gotten a QR code,
Yeah. So I put it in our chat there. That's the interest form. If you're interested in coming, this is what the form you'd fill out.
All right, hold on a second. What I need you to put it in is the basic chat, the chat that is for everybody, not the private chat.
Well, if I knew where that was. Like a
Put
comment?
it in the comments.
All right.
See where it says comments?
Yeah, it won't let me do it.
It won't? Well, let me see if I can copy it and put it in there. Hold on. Copy. Paste. All right. Oh, hold on. It keeps doing the same thing. Banner. Create a banner.
Here, I can put it in my, I can put it in the groups that we're in and on my personal. Are we in the collaboration group?
There we go. It's scrolling across the bottom.
Ah, there we go. Aren't you fancy?
It just took me a minute.
How about that?
So grab that real quick. It's not moving too fast. I hope I can make it stop scrolling. Maybe
that would probably be good.
Stop scrolling.
So funny.
Okay. Let's see. Well, no, it's still scrolling.
Well, we can paste it into everywhere that we've just gone live.
Yes.
Or you can just DM us and say, tag a friend who you might want to bring with you. You can DM us if you're curious about what this is, and throw a tent. Is there a tent emoji? That'd be cool if you ever wanted to meet your besties online.
That's right. That's right.
So, in the end, it comes down to this. If your phone has become like your best friend connection wise, that's okay. But what if you gave yourself 4 days to let friendships with the actual people that you have come to know and love online, just kind of breathe life into those and see them face to face and share us more have some
Yeah.
coffee over the
Yeah.
campfire, laugh around the fire instead of just through a screen. That's what this is. And it's ladies only. I think we mentioned that, but just in case, sorry guys, it's just too complicated if you've got everybody.
Yeah,
So,
that's right. So for everybody, the thing is when you see this, there'll be in the chat, there'll be the link so you can tap into that. But share this with one of your friends, anybody that you've been wanting to connect with, even if it's somebody you've already connected with in person, but you would love to connect and share them with everybody.
oh
Then
yeah,
definitely you want to be there. We would love to meet you and your friends.
very cool. I think that'll be fun. I think
Yeah.
that's it. Vicki, what do you think?
I think so. I think we've got it.
All
And
righty.
so have an amazing, amazing day, night, weekend, whatever you're doing. And hopefully we'll see you in September.
It'll be a
Mwah.
blast.